Hello, and welcome to another update video about ADA Cardano. Yesterday, we also took a look at the bigger picture, the larger time frame. I think today we can just take a look at the shorter time frame. And yeah, here we have seen a small reaction now just above this last swing low, just above this 64.5 cent level. But this is all too weak. So just a reminder, we're still tracking here a potential triangle pattern. I like the idea of a triangle in which we have an A wave down, a B wave up, a C wave down, and then this would be a D wave up, and then an E wave down. So we have A, B, C, D, E, and the C wave to the downside is basically let's say the last corrective wave. No, not the last corrective wave, but it's one of the waves, let's say, within a triangle. Yeah, it's a three-wave move and typically sets the stage for the D wave, and then there's only the E wave left, and they would normally form higher lows, lower highs. So a series of lower highs, higher lows, that's needed in a triangle, and it gives a pattern, this triangle shape. Not so much here. You don't really see, let's say, we don't really see that much of a triangle shape here. Unless I really wanted to draw a trend line like that. Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe. So far, but I would not be surprised if that trend line breaks, because what is more relevant from an Elliott wave point of view than the trend lines is that we form that series of higher lows, lower highs. So it could easily be that we briefly break the trend line, but we hold above the 3rd of February low, so it resets the trend line. A break of the trend line is not really a break of the triangle, not from an Elliott wave point of view, so often don't show them. If I show them, that just basically just to visualize, hey, there's a triangle there, you know, but the wave count is more relevant. Either way, triangles are unreliable structures. They can often break, and really until we get a clear signal that the triangle is over, much of the movement in such a range, because that's essentially what a triangle is. It's a range of where the market has just not decided what it wants to do. A lot of the movement in the range is simply just noise until we get a solid impulsive move, like for example an impulse to the upside. We are probably far away from that, best I can tell. So I've got A wave down, a B wave up, C wave down. D wave is that could be unfolding, and that D wave, based on what I have shown here, could be an A, B, C structure. So it could start the new week with a C wave rally. At least I'm watching for it as long as we are holding above 64.5 cents. Basically, I'm talking about the 10th of March low there. Is this a reliable setup? No, it's just too small. It's also quite messy, and the market hasn't really done much in the last couple of weeks, just sideways. So, but that is a substantial low. It's quite important, at least on the local level. Just for this micro count, this is important, because any break below that 64.5 cent level means that the C wave that presumably bottomed on the 10th of March is still unfolding. That's why we've got the arrow here that points towards a lower C wave, could easily reset, and it has to reset with a break below 64.5 cents. And then the market could attempt to rally again in a D wave a little later. But then the focus will shift to the next swing low at 58 cents for support, and the 3rd of February low. That's a really important one at 51 cents. So that's the triangle. Again, it's just messy structure. What do we need to see to indicate or have an indication that a C wave up has started? Well, I would want to see a first micro 5-wave move up, followed by a 3-wave pullback. The C wave itself should be 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just want that wave 1 and that wave 2 done. That would be an early signal, but better would be a break above that X wave high that would suggest that at least this local downtrend that started on the 26th of March is over. So yeah, these are the things we're watching for on the ADA chart. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.